Everybody, welcome back from your spring break. I hope everybody had a great time, got a little bit of relaxing time off. First thing we want to do as we get back to work here is our midterm examination or the midterm test, whatever you want to call it. Things are weighted the same in this course. I certainly feel like the projects you do are just as valuable or more valuable than the midterm, but this is a good little checkup to make sure you're getting the basic content that I want you to be grasping. So you're going to need to have this proctored. So the easiest place to do that is to go to our RCC testing center. There are other ways to get your work proctored. If you look through the RCC website, there's you can look up ways to have him proctored online and stuff. But by far the easiest way to do it is just go into the testing center. I wanted to cover some of the content that's going to be on the midterm, so you feel ready when you go in. I want you to read back over the articles that I've shared with you throughout the semester that you've done responses to, etc. Make sure you know the content from those articles and, the videos that I've shared with you, tutorials, etc., things I've talked about Unity with. But specifically, I want you to know some things like, for example, from the What Makes a Game article that we covered, I'd like you to know the difference between a game, a contest, a puzzle, and a simulation. Like what's on this image right here is very helpful, and just the basic information of this article is good stuff for you to know. Also, I want you to know, let's see, from your UFO game that we made for this game, just know the basic features of that game and what you did to create that game. Let's see. We read the article on jobs in the gaming industry, and go back through these different job titles and understand the responsibilities of the jobs listed specifically on this creativeskillset.org site. Just go through each of these job roles and make sure you know some of the expectations or the basics of what these different jobs require. Let's see. Know what iterative design is. So we had the article on iterative design. Make sure you read through that and can talk about making games better through iteration and the elements from this article. Make sure you understand this content. Let's see, what else do we have here? Know what a game design document is. That's very important. Know the difference between mechanics, dynamics, and aesthetics. That's from the extra credits video that we watched pretty recently for class. So make sure you know the difference between mechanics, dynamics, and aesthetics. That's really important to the study of game design. Know about different kinds of assets that we used. Specifically, know why we would use a PNG file for 2D assets, and the reason for that is that they have transparent backgrounds. That's important knowledge to know. Most of you probably already know that by now. You should. And just make sure you understand that about PNG files. And let's see. And know the different panels in your view of the graphical user interface in Unity. Know your game panel, know your game view panel rather, know your inspector panel, know your hierarchy panel, your assets panel, and know the roles of those panels and what are in them, okay? If you just go back through the stuff we've covered so far this year and look at the different articles, consider the information that I've talked about here, you should have no problem when you go in to take this pretty to the point midterm that I've got for you in the testing center. They have the password to access the test when you go in there. So you'll just go in there, go to your assignments bar on the side of your screen, just log into Blackboard, go to your assignments. It's the most recent assignment that I've posted, and it's called your midterm. And just click on that. The testing center will put in the password, and it should be a pretty easy to understand midterm. Okay, I'm looking forward to a fun second half of the semester here. And so knock this out, and your new work will be up for you shortly as we finish out this spring semester.